Hello my dear students, once again I welcome you all to your civics online class. So today we'll be focusing or we'll be dealing with your last chapter of your civics chapter, that is known as chapter number 4, the judiciary, the Supreme Court. Let me tell you one more thing, that chapter 5, that is talking about the High Court, Subordinate Court and the Lok Adalat, that chapter has been reduced by the council, so we don't have to study that chapter. So this will be your last chapter, that is the Supreme Court. Supreme Court mainly talks about the judiciary system. Like if we talk about the three forms or the organs of the Indian government, they are known as legislature, lawmaking body; executive, executing or implementing the body, implementing the laws that is been made by the legislature body; and third we talk about the judiciary, talking about the courts and the judges. So what kind of judgment, what kind of justice has to be given by those kinds of judges where the cases are being pile up either with the civil case or the criminal case. So that is based on the Supreme Court. So let's have an introduction to the topic Supreme Court. The Supreme Court was actually established on 20th of January 1950. So this comes according to the Indian Constitution with article number 124, where it is been highlighted that the Supreme Court of India is also known as the apex court, the guardian of the Constitution, or even we can call as the interpreter of the Constitution. Why? Because whatever the cases that are been forwarded either by High Court or by the Subordinate Court or directly to the Supreme Court, all those kinds of cases are being handled by the Chief Justice of India, who is also being assisted by the other judges in order to give the justice based on the cases that is been filed on the desk of judge. Second, we see that when we talk about the composition, so composition mainly talks about that how many judges are there, what are the functions, how they play a very important role in order to keep justice or judgment based on the cases. So on the topic of composition, we see that when it was been formed on 20th January 1950, during those times there were hardly any 8 judges including Chief Justice of India, and later on we see according to the Act of 1986 there were 26 judges including Chief Justice of India. But at present, if we see the scenario of Supreme Court, we see that total number of judges there are 31, one Chief Justice and 30 other judges. So we see that what kind of role is being played by the Chief Justice of India and the judges, what kind of justice based on the evidence, witness and those kinds of verbal person who gives their talk on the basis of the cases, they are also been seen by those kinds of judges. Next, we focus on the appointment of CJI. CJI stands for Chief Justice of India. That means how the Chief Justice of India are appointed in India, for how many years, what are the criteria, or what are the qualifications that are required. So first we see about the CJI that the senior most judges are given the opportunity to be the CJI, that is Chief Justice of India for Supreme Court, and they are appointed by the President of India, because the President of India is regarded as the first citizen of India. So definitely he or she has the power to appoint the Chief Justice of India without any such advice from other Council of Ministers or from the Prime Minister. Only the President has the right to appoint Chief Justice of India. But if we see the other judges appointment, there will find that the other judges, the 30 other judges are appointed by the President of India along with the advice of the Council of Ministers, Chief Justice of Supreme Court and the judges of High Court. At present there are 24 High Courts in India, starting from Guwahati, Allahabad, Kolkata, Mumbai and so on. So based on that, we see that how the Chief Justice along with the other 30 judges are appointed by the President, as he or she plays a very important role in order to appoint and put the post for those kinds of judges. Next, we focus on the qualification of judges. So when we talk about the judges, so definitely a lots of criteria or the qualification are required, that what are the qualifications that the judges requires to be a Chief Justice or any other judges. So first and foremost, he or she should be a citizen of India. So this qualification is required for all the posts, either for President, Prime Minister, Vice President, Rajya Sabha member, Lok Sabha member, and even talking about the other judges of India. Second, we see that he should be at least a judge of High Court, any of the High Court, at least minimum for 5 years. And talking about, at least he or she should be an advocate, a lawyer, where he or she has been practicing in any of the court at least for 10 years. And at the end we talked that he or she should be a distinguished jurist. So these are all the criteria as well as qualification that are required to be a Chief Justice of India and the other judges of Supreme Court, as it is the apex court or the final interpreter. Next we focus on the term and the removal. So for how many years the judges of Supreme Court are appointed? So for other posts like President of India, we see that 35 years and above, for Prime Minister 35 years and above, for Lok Sabha member 25 years and above, but here we don't find any such kind of age that the judges of Supreme Court has to be 35 and above, not like that, but until and unless he attains the age of 65 years. So judges, they can come with the help of the President of India, how he or she is being appointed. Based on that, for the retirement period is we see that is 65 years, and for the High Court judges that is 62 years. But talking about the removal, the judges of all the Supreme Court are removed or they are being terminated with lots of processes. First with the talking about the resignation. So resignation, that means how like the Chief Justice of India or the other judges, they have to write in a written form of the resignation letter and they have to submit to the President of India, as President of India have appointed them. So that is also a kind of process to remove or terminate Chief Justice or the other judges of Supreme Court. Second, we see the impeachment process. So impeachment process is a process which is a formal making of a constitution to remove those kind of posts. And even in the impeachment process, we see that how two houses of parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they have to give their consent letter with maximum number of majority, stating that why they want to put the impeachment process on the Chief Justice of India. And third, we see with the proven misbehavior, if they prove any such kind of misbehavior in such kind of court, or if they are found incapacity, or if they are trying to violate against the Indian Constitution, based on that they are being terminated or they are being removed from the post of either Chief Justice or from the other judges point. So this was overall the topic for the Supreme Court. Next class will focus on the jurisdiction chapter as well as the other subtopics related to Supreme Court. I hope you have understood for today's class. Till then, stay safe. Thank you and God bless.